Welcome to week number 3 of our pandemic reporting, if you will. Another week. I hope there's only 3 or 4 more of these to go. My hair is getting a little bit long, so it's going to be haircut time about 2 weeks ago, actually. Spring is arriving. Sun's out today. It's a beautiful day, probably in the low 50s before it's done. As far as status goes, we're certainly all into the face mask these days, as I will as I leave the house later today to get some groceries. As of last night, there's 347 cases of coronavirus on Cape Cod. We have a stay-at-home order until the 4th of May. Coupled with that is a do not rent short-term rentals until the 4th of May. So all 1-week rentals are out unless it's to a health professional or a doctor or someone else helping in the crisis. Businesses on the Cape are starting to think about maybe a lost spring or even a slower summer, and even a slower summer. A couple things to talk about. The library, I've included a couple links down below. One is for the library, who has a weekly update now. I have a link to the update as well as a link to their newsletter, which they put out earlier this week. The museum trail, I'll put a couple links down for the museum trail. It's a virtual coupling of local museums, quite a few of them actually, and they have a lot of stay-at-home activities on the trail. What's open, what's closed? This week the Fairway closed until the end of April, I think the 28th. This past week, Bev and I had takeout at Sir Cricket's, mostly doing home cooking. We took a trip to Yarmouth, went to the drive-in window at McDonald's just for a change of pace. It's kind of been like that. As far as real estate goes, unbelievably quiet. Haven't done any showings in a week and a half. Had a few drive-bys and answered a lot of phone calls and messages, but essentially it's been pretty slow. I expect it to be that way for a while. Can't do open houses. Can't have gatherings of people in one place, of course. What most agents are doing, myself included, is we're going to be including more virtual tours and video walkthroughs, again, so people can essentially see what's for sale. Hopefully conjure up some interest, so when this all ends, we'll get the business back to normal. Anyway, stay safe, and hope to talk to you next week this way. Hope to talk to you in a few weeks in person. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.